Half in the bag. Get this crap off my desk. Mr. Plinkett, hello?
We're here to keep working on your VCR.
Some more.
Yeah.
Longer still.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Oh, hey, look, there's a note.
Oh. What does it say?
Taking a nap, leave me the f*** alone.
Oh, that was polite of him to let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, he's taking a nap, huh? You want to rob him?
We're already robbing him.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, what are we gonna do? Take his f***ing curio?
Well, why don't we make use of these chairs?
Yeah, I could use a seat. I'm a little tired from when we walked in the door 2 seconds ago.
Shit, that's about as much work as I'm doing today. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to Half in the Bag. I'm your host, Mike Stoklasa, and with me is...
I'm Jay Bauman.
And we watched a movie this week. It was called The Battle for Los Angeles. The Battle of Los Angeles?
Battlefield, Los Angeles?
The words battle and Los Angeles were in the title.
It appears that there's some shadowy figures. Lucas, if you could just come back, please. Oh my God.
So Battle Los Angeles starred Aaron Eckhart, who the entire film I thought was Richard Dean Anderson.
He was
the whole time?
he was in the Batman movie.
He was in Batman Returns, and he played the Joker.
Yes.
So Aaron Eckhart plays a staff sergeant in the Marines who's getting old and is about to retire. But before he does, he's called up for one last mission, which is to save the world.
There are massive casualties in Moscow, Paris. We lost communications with Tokyo, Rio, and New York.
If I were to explain the plot, it would just be Marines shoot at aliens for 2 hours. This is the kind of movie that I hate the most, which is one that is completely forgettable on every level. Bad movies have things that you remember about them. They stick with you. Good movies, of course, stick with you. This is one of those movies that goes nowhere, has nothing to say, does nothing, and is completely forgettable.
I have a little bit of a different opinion on this. From a perspective of someone that likes sci-fi movies, I actually enjoyed this. It may sound strange.
It does sound strange.
I think I'm in this mindset where the bar is so low now, which has been set by the likes of Roland Emmerich and Michael Bay, where I'm just expecting to be irritated the whole movie at all the horrible cliches they're throwing on screen. When I discovered they were going to rescue civilians, the first thing I thought was they're going to find a love interest. There's going to be some kids. There's going to be the hip teenager who has his laptop, who complains about not being able to get on the internet. I can't log into Facebook.
Yeah.
This sucks. It's like, would a kid really complain about not being able to check their Facebook page when the whole city's burning around them? Probably not in real life, but movies stick that shit in there, and it becomes fucking irritating.
To appeal to the lowest common denominator, basically.
Yes. And
that explains Michael Bay's whole career.
Right. And I think going into this movie, I was completely expecting all of that shit.
Okay.
And it's there, but it's mild enough to where it doesn't become offensive to the intellect.
I would agree with you that it, for the most part, avoids cliches, it avoids pandering. I appreciate the fact that it's told from their sort of perspective. You don't know any more than the characters that you're following know. My problem with it is that that's all it does.
You like the zombie films.
I do like the
This
zombie
reminded me of the zombie film. Zombie films are always, we need to get from point A to point B without getting eaten.
Yeah.
That's what this was, essentially. Zombie movies are, what do we do?
Yeah.
And this was that from a Marine perspective.
I do like zombie movies. I like survival movies a lot.
I kind of saw this as a survival.
Yeah, I would agree, but I think the problem was it was hard for me to relate to anything that was going on because it was told from the point of view of the military. If it was told maybe from the point of view of normal people, you would have more of a connection with it.
Which was Cloverfield.
Which was Cloverfield, and I liked Cloverfield quite a bit.
And this movie, I think all the civilians either get wiped out, so the military is sort of reduced to the ability of normal
They're the only people that can handle the situation, and
I think that's what I liked about it. It has some mild characterization, very mild.
Very mild.
Mild enough though to where it was acceptable for me. Every one of these movies, as we discussed before we watched it, has a recently divorced father who works for the government
Yes.
or NASA or something, who's taken so much interest in his job. He's neglected his family, so his wife divorces him. She has the kids.
Yeah.
He gets the kids for that weekend when the disaster happens, and he learns to become a family man again.
Yeah.
You have John Cusack in 2012, Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds, Jeff Goldblum in Independence Day, Dennis Quaid in The Day the Planet Froze, whatever the fuck that
The
movie.
day the Earth stood still
day-
after tomorrow.
The Day the Earth Stood Still After Tomorrow. I like it when movies have the nerve to not do that.
Sure.
Because they do it far too often now. So this was a movie, it wasn't that complex as far as plot goes.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel the need to pander.
I appreciate that too, but I also think that it needed to have something more going on to keep your interest. It's basically, once the premise is set up, it is just them wandering around, occasionally running into aliens and shooting at them. It gets old after a while.
I think you're wanting too much from it, and I'm happy that it didn't have...
But it wasn't too stupid.
That it wasn't too stupid.
So moving on to a different type of sci-fi alien invasion movie, we recently discovered a masterpiece called Galaxy Invader from 1985.
Galaxy Invader is the greatest movie you'll ever see. It's a masterpiece of awkwardness.
Oh, Mom, everybody knows Dad's a liar and a cheat. Not to mention a drunken bum.
Our lead character name's Joe. This man is the most horrible man ever.
He's a vile person and an amazing actor.
He's a drunk, and he often threatens his family with a firearm. So on an average, typical morning, he attempts to murder his own daughter with a shotgun. He chases her out into the woods, and he discovers a spaceman in the woods. It's the worst acting, the ugliest fucking people you'll ever see in your whole life.
They look like people that would be working in a southern grocery store.
Yeah.
Not acting in a feature film. This is one of those movies that is so bad that it's good and deserves to be in the same sort of league as like Plan 9 from Outer Space or Troll 2. Just really charmingly bad, really funny, really entertaining.
Yeah.
You will not be bored watching Galaxy Invader.
No, I mean, the movie looks like crap.
Well, that's something, huh? And I'm telling you, Frank, it was this weird green man.
Well, there's some bad movies that they're bad and they're funny when you start watching them and you just get bored with it after a while. Right. Galaxy Invader is one of those movies that keeps coming up with new ways to surprise you and how terrible it can be.
Yeah, it has it all.
Yeah.
Except for everything.
No! Get your hands off! Get off me!
Our friend Rich Evans was recently in town, and we made him watch Galaxy Invader and recorded it for your viewing pleasure. Let's watch some of that now.
What the hell was that?
Oh, they got the space egg in a wheelbarrow.
I've completely forgotten about these movies.
Already?
Hold on, I'm coming. Hello?
Oh, are you Mr. Plinkett?
Yeah?
I'm Amy. I'm going to be doing the massage that you scheduled for this afternoon.
That's right. The doctor said I got knots all up and down my stupid back.
Okay. Well, I know you said you had a professional massage table here, but I don't see one, and if you don't have it anymore, we can do this back at the office.
I ain't going no damn office. All right. There we go. Now we're gonna get it on.